Hey everyone, welcome back to Chat and Chat. My name is Josh.
My name's Miguel.
And that was a lot of energy. And we are watching Leo. This is part 3. So if you haven't watched part 1 or part 2, then you can go check it out by clicking the link in the description below this video, where I'm also going to put the link to our Kaiti reaction as well as Vikram reaction. So if you haven't watched either of those, catch up with us and then join us here for what will be the last part currently until Kaiti 2 comes out, I think.
And don't forget our review at the end of this one either.
So if you guys are interested, at the end of all of these movies, we do a short little recap review, our thoughts, opinions, and we give a rating out of 10. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, the bell icon, turning on all notifications so you don't miss one of these videos, and upvote it by hitting the like button. Well, he says it's not. Or maybe he's the one that pulled him out of the fire and helped him survive and has been covering for him the entire time. Then how does he have such a backstory? Who is it? Oh, the guy that was... I thought that was one of his dudes, though. So who was that guy working for? Sanjay Dutt killed him. Why is he so upset? That's the handwriting analysis? Oh, because she ordered the report? Okay, if he actually is Leo, this is pretty dark.
Yeah.
To make her feel so bad for suspecting him if it is the truth. This is like some emotional blackmail. I'm going with the memory loss thing, or...
And dude, if you're an orphan, I get it. If you're an orphan, this can be very upsetting because it means that somehow or another your past is all disoriented.
That's a good cover.
He has to understand it a little bit from her perspective.
Well, that's one way to get him to stop talking.
Stop talking and stop thinking.
Oh boy. It's about to get scary. Maybe if he had his Gatling gun and Dilly there with him. So, what if the dude that was his caretaker pulled him from the fire, but he raised him even further, getting him to believe this lie, or dropped him off at the orphanage? But he was like in his 20s. They wouldn't have him at an orphanage. I have no idea. I'm confused. Hey! Napoleon, that trusty sidekick. Wow. Most efficient shot ever.
Reloading. I love it.
Oh my god, that's like some high speed. Bullet on that.
Save the ammo.
Quickest way to take out a bunch of baseball. just threw the gun at that one.
I guess no more ammo.
Yeah, but what about Napoleon?
Oh, poor
It looked like
Napoleon
the bike just crashed. Was he able to like control the bike? Dude, I hope Napoleon's okay. He kind of just ditched him.
Yeah, just a little. I'd laugh if Napoleon was like holding onto the back.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Ooh. Now, he told the dad that he was going to kill him the next time he saw him, right?
Yeah. Well, that was back in the past, so you've seen him a
Well,
couple
and
times
assuming
since
it's
then.
the same person, Napoleon, right?
Leo. Yeah.
Leo. Oh, and he checked. Road rat. Oh, yeah.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah, he didn't tuck. He used his hands. Oh.
We picked him up real quick.
Yeah.
Oh. We haven't seen that strength before. But you mess with his son.
A wild carrot comes out.
Yeah, my only issue with all these shots is that they got the black levels all wrong with all those keys. So it's kind of really distracting with their
Where do you
hair
think
and
he'd be?
everything.
He'd have to be at that place that he's at.
Maybe smoking somewhat. Dude, if he broke his windpipe, what is he gaining by this?
Again, he's psychotic because remember he was sacrificing people.
Yeah,
and
but-
he may be in the mode of this is his own sacrifice or some other weird pledge of his own. I would not trust him. It could be a trap. You're right. Some of the dark levels are really off.
Yeah, the black levels.
Yeah.
And they were doing such a good job with the comps too until this sequence. This is the dude that should be dying right now.
Now.
Poor Napoleon. He's on bed rest. Is Harold his uncle then?
Yes.
Sanjay Dutt's
Yes.
brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Anthony.
Yeah. So that was the one policeman that was helping him. That's cool. Someone who's trying to do justice and what's right.
Walking into the lion's den, dude.
Hopefully nothing's going on the train. Okay.
You had enough of the train
I've
after
had
they
enough
killed
of
me.
Oh,
have a-
they're still on the train.
Do
Oh,
we have
jeez.
a goat with them on the train? Shit. He's probably like, didn't I burn this freaking place to the ground?
Again,
You don't think it's him?
I don't know.
He's really committed to his role if he is lying. Oh, he was quick to step in and take that seat.
Of course, yeah. Probably.
Or maybe it was him that ordered the priest and whatnot to do the horoscope because
yeah.
he wanted him out of the way.
தப்பே இல்லை சார் நீங்க என்ன லியோ நினைச்சதுல தப்பு இல்லை சார் இருந்தாலும் பார்க்க அப்படியே என்ன மாதிரியே இருக்கான் சார்
So maybe it was triplets.
பார்த்த கேன மாதிரி தெரியுதா
And he went to an orphanage?
இது கொஞ்சம் பின்னாடி போக சொல்லுங்க சார் பயமா இருக்கு சார்
Why is he scared? He's an animal guy. He went face to face with a hyena.
Right.
So I think that was a lie. Wow. Even after all this and their son kidnapped and they don't have more guards? Oh, booby trap! That's what he was doing, he was making all those booby traps? Oh god, that's an alarm system, that's what that is. If she wasn't awake yet, that would definitely wake her up. Wow. Oh. Oh, yeah, but they do have at least he's guarding him. This is just using tranquilizers.
And why is she just like so nonchalantly just still laying in bed?
Maybe they're not actually in that room. Maybe it's a different room. Because I agree, it's not ideal.
Yeah, they're in the other house.
Napoleon!
Yay!
What's up? Welcome. It's like, can you hold still? I can't move very easily. In his arm at the same time.
And he keeps on looking and keeps on ticking. Light him on fire.
Yeah, but that burned the house down. Didn't take much time.
மரியாதையா சொல்றேன் நீதான் லியோன் ஒத்துக்கோ எல்லாரையும் விட்டுற
Well, even if he agrees now, it would just be to spare his wife and daughter.
சுப்பிரமணி
Is that what he named the hyena?
I think so.
I was hoping he would come back. What's up, buddy? Yes.
தான சீரியஸா பேசிட்டு சிரிக்கிற நீ
It's not me. Yeah, okay. I guess I'd feel a little safer too if I knew I had a hyena guarding my family. Give him a little kiss at the end.
That's a little licky kiss. And he's like, thank you, you set me free.
Well, he's there for his son. He's not looking to get out till he gets his son.
Yeah.
Stop, drop, and roll, bro. Have you practiced that?
Yeah.
If you ever get lit on fire? You gotta be quicker. One by one by one. Dude, if he's not Leo, then his orphanage must have been hardcore. Like, to learn these skills.
Quickly go back behind. We have no leverage.
Okay. Whatever works, man. Yeah, he's got the family superpowers. Super strength. That's what makes me think he is Leo, because a couple of the times he hit a dude so hard that he went flying, and so far only his family has been able to do that. That was a pretty slick move.
Yeah. Just take him out while he's lighting his cigarette because his hands are all busy.
Okay.
Little Bruce Lee coming in here. Oh, someone lost their cigarette. A lot of good scenes here.
Yeah, the fight choreography is pretty
Yeah.
slick.
Can the hyena come? I want to see the hyena.
Hyena's a train rider.
Could come from a ways. You got to throw him over the edge, break his back, and
It seems like they have endless endurance.
Yeah.
They keep getting hit really hard, but
yeah, most people
Just-
can only take one hit and they're out. Oh, I didn't hear the can break away.
இதுலதான் உன் தங்கச்சி
he didn't even say it, but his look said it all. He's like, dude,
I don't
would
have
you
a
just
sister.
stop? I don't have a sister.
He's gonna go for the knife or a gun. Yeah, just taking
Yeah,
that.
let's see you come back from this.
Yeah.
நீல இதோட நிறுத்திக்கலாம் என்னன்ற
Just saying that because you have a gun to his
Yep.
head. I love that subtitle. Victory, laughter of victory. What?
நான் ஸ்வீட்னா நீ bloody sweet சித்தப்பா ஏய்
He's gonna go.
தப்பு பண்ணிட்டேன்
He's Leo.
I told you. Leo style.
இதானே கேட்டேன் பார்த்துக்க
Just
He
one
was-
more
he was-
double tap.
Yeah, he was all about being able to shoot from behind his back and not seeing what he was shooting at.
From the hip, cowboy style, man. Renegade.
எந்த அளவுக்கு வேணாலும் போவேன் லியோ அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு ஆள் செத்தான் அப்படின்னு இந்த ஊரையும் சுத்தி இருக்கு
Wow.
அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு முதல்ல நான் நம்பணும்
So he's just gonna assume the role of Leo.
ஆல்ரெடி செத்தவனா இருக்கணும்
Yes, Leo.
Yeah, he remember he tasted and he said, "Oh, so sweet." Like that quote came from his past. That right there said he was the actual Leo. Careful with how many mementos you take because it could destroy your cover.
He just wants to be an ordinary person.
They did. They came a knocking and yeah, they got what they asked for. How many people was that? It was just a whole building full of people. Yeah, that's gonna be a big boom.
They got a new car out of the deal. Are they gonna hire Leonardo?
ഹലോ ஒரே ஒரு தத்துவ ஃபேக்டரி அழிச்சதால மட்டும் எல்லா பிரச்சனையும் சால்வ் ஆயிடும் நினைக்கிறியா பார்த்திபன்
Oh.
கொடுத்து வேண்டியிருக்க லியோ யாரென்று தெரிகிறதா
I recognize that voice.
Who was
That's
it?
Vikram.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Vikram calling like okay, this is kind of cool because it's like Marvel said, like, you know, Nick Fury brings together the Avengers. Like Vikram's building his team. He's got Vijay and now he's got Leo. And I mean, I hope he gets Dilly too because Dilly's a badass. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Well, I think Leonardo should be his own little crew too.
Leonardo.
I'm sorry, Napoleon. Napoleon could be like, you know, the unusual little sidekick that has his own secret powers and capabilities.
That was fun.
was
I
fun.
love that mystery. I was like, right up until the very end, I was like, I wasn't so convinced. I'm like, well, obviously, like, they wouldn't name the movie Leo and have the entire movie about this guy if he wasn't Leo.
Yeah.
So like, but at the same time, I just kept second guessing. I'm like, no, maybe he's this, and I was like going with amnesia and stuff. Like he did a really good job with like covering his tracks and building a whole backstory.
Well,
It was really
there's
good.
a whole story there that I think that they could do something on about how he I mean, after he left the big fire, what actually happened, and then how he built a new life and, you know, got everything set up so where he had this other identity all set up.
Yeah, there's only one loose end, and that loose end is the guy that's about to die because he was getting the death penalty.
Yes.
And this is my theory, I don't know, is that he got pulled from the fire, and then he revived him, and then the two of them conspired and was like, look, I need to go into hiding, my dad's still alive, all this, you know, and I just want a simple life. So he helped him with the backstory and then get hidden, and then he goes. And the thing about this is it had amazing visual effects with the hyena, and I mean, every shot with the hyena was just so well done. And oftentimes when that happens with effects is you use a lot of your budget to
Right.
go towards like something that's going to be super important. Like the hyena was very important.
Up front.
And
Yeah.
up front and in your face, there's lots of close-ups with the hyena, and I thought that the effect was really good. But then that whole car chase scene, it kind of fell apart in the visual effects for
Yeah.
me. And now I wouldn't be so picky, and I probably would have been able to ignore it if I am not so close with visual effects as doing it as a job.
But there were even some things of like, there were certain shots of the vehicles and everything, and I'm like going, that just looks weird.
Well,
and
you know,
fake.
when it was crashed in the background, and it's like those sort of things, the black levels can make or break a shot. A lot of the times with green screens and blue screens, the thing that is the easiest thing to tell is that the black levels don't match. And you can tell when like their hair or something, like if they have black hair, and then it just looks unnatural
Yeah.
against like that sky or whatever. And just with that car, it was like kind of, we say lifted, like the black levels were lifted where everything else around it was like kind of dark and it didn't match the same world. But that was the technical side, and obviously, I mean, they don't have the same budget, so the fact they were able to do the hyena, and I was happy about that they
Yeah.
put the money into the hyena because that was legit, that was awesome,
Yeah, that
and
was-
any interaction with 3D creatures
It's
is
hard.
super hard. And so when he was wrestling with him, and I was watching, like those comps were clean. Like they were clean when he was wrestling and whatnot. Like I liked that, and I thought that they chose wisely to put money into those shots than to like worry too much about the
Yes,
black
maybe,
levels.
yeah.
So with that being said, I'm gonna give this one an 8. Because I like the mystery about it, I like the action sequences, I like the story, and yeah, it kept me guessing all the way to the very end, and I love that about if movies can do that.
Yeah. I'm also going to give it an 8. There was a little bit, there were a couple places where I was like going, okay, let's move along. I mean, it just kind of was.
Like where?
Well, like the whole market thing, it was like, I think they could have done a smaller shoot of that in terms of
In
time.
the market.
When he was attacked.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the whole point was to basically say you're going to have people coming after you.
Yeah.
In this case, the people from the previous bad people that ultimately his new Das family was going to protect him from and everything. And I think that could have been just a little bit shorter because it was like the point was to get him to understand that, and the audience to understand that he now is a hunted man no matter what. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't think it was that long, but why I think that they, I don't know, focused on it a little bit more is because when Anthony, Sanjay Dutt's character, came into the picture, it was like unclear, were these guys with him? Like, who is with who? Is there 2 gangs? Is there 3 gangs? Is it just one gang after him? And seeing so many people after him and having that market. And I think the market was important too, is because it really showed it wasn't just his skill with a gun. Like, he had all sorts of skills, right? And if there was
But you
anything...
saw that in the coffee shop.
Yeah, but not to the same extent. In the coffee shop, he didn't want to kill them until he got the gun, and then he killed them. In this, he was straight up like trying to kill him from the get-go. And it showed his brutality that he does have this darker side. So if you are following the clues and being like, oh, wait a second, this dude that he could have saved and just got handcuffed and given to the police, he kicked his face into spikes.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
So I think with all of those murders, and it had to be quite a few of them, because just one, you're like, okay, yeah, but if he killed all of them and his wife telling him to stop, but still he was running into the street after him, I don't know. I felt like it had its place. And don't forget, this is sort of an action movie too, right? So it needed some of those as well as that mystery and thriller sort of thing.
If I look at it overall, there was lots of that, and there was lots of the fighting and everything. And at a certain point, it's like, okay, we get the point. There's lots of fighting. He's capable. It's going to happen and so forth. And it just, at a certain point, I'm like going, okay, go back to spending budget and so forth. Some of the things, it's like going, okay, they're wasting money here on, is this shot really, really needed? That was just one element that I was kind of getting annoyed with. It was good overall. The storyline was good. I liked, and I give it an 8. So,
it was an interesting choice to have the Anthony-Leo fight to end so quickly, but then the ultimate baddie was his uncle.
Right.
But I guess because like Anthony was older, so he didn't have
the stamina.
The stamina, maybe. But you know, he went down kind of quick, and you didn't even see him kill him. You know, the uncle fight, to me, if I was going to pick a fight that lasted a little too long, it was maybe that one, because it was like they were getting hit in the head with like metal like rods and hammers and stuff like that, and they were just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, which, you know, it's action movie, that's what happens. But if there was anything, then I thought that one might have ran a little long. I enjoyed him fighting all of those goons in that shop in the warehouse, and then the end when you saw all the bodies laying around, you just really see the mayhem that happened and the chaos. So that was really cool. But yeah, I was a little shocked that it wasn't his dad, which was the main fight, and why that was the emotional, because he seemed very emotional when his sister was dying. Anthony is the man who ordered it, and his dad is the one that wanted to kill both of them. And then he thought he killed him. With the gun. He was shot twice. And so I'm also surprised we didn't see scars. Like, that would be a cool clue, is when he took his shirt off, if you saw scars on his like stomach. I don't know. Now that I know that he is Leo, I actually want to go back and pause, like do a freeze frame to see, because
frame by frame and see if you could see.
Yeah, because he was shot twice. He was shot in the stomach and he was shot in the back.
Well, and the scene where they went and they did the fake, that would have been the one to look for.
Yeah, when he took his shirt off, because that was a
when he was showing it to the judge. Yeah.
And I hope they would have thought that through and did put maybe a little bullet hole scar. That would have been a cool catch. I didn't catch that because seeing
we didn't know about being shot.
But also, I would have assumed that it was just because he always gets scratched in the back by everything.
Yeah, there seemed to be a running theme there.
Yeah, but
he turned the other cheek to basically become a good guy fighting against bad. After his
not
sister.
Fighting against bad. He just wants to be left alone and just go into hiding. He wants
to be just an ordinary guy.
Yeah.
And I love that song that kept coming through every now and then. It was I'm just an ordinary guy, just an ordinary guy. With a secret past, with a dark secret, deadly secret past.
And him like just ditching Napoleon on the bike. Dude, like when I saw, and then Napoleon made like a little noise. He's like, wow, like because he just like literally.
Yeah, but he didn't give. He, even when he was in the hospital, he didn't rest it up.
That's a true sidekick, because he's like, dude, you just like literally ditched me in the bike.
Ditched me and left me to fend for myself.
Because the bike spun out of control.
Yeah.
Because when he jumped off, he was the one driving.
Driving, yeah.
And so when he jumped off the bike, and then Napoleon's like, "Whoa, poor guy."
I think Napoleon needs his own movie.
I would watch a Napoleon movie. I totally would. Like, what has he been up to since?
What happened between the previous episode, this one? What did he do? Did he go on vacation? Well, he obviously got awarded, but and also his lead up to. His previous, in his younger days. What was he up to in his younger days,
Yeah. I think the next one coming out is Kaiti, a sequel to Kaiti.
Okay.
And I hope that Vikram recruits him in that movie because, he has a sidekick too.
Does he?
You remember at the end when the credits were rolling and they were walking off into the sunset. It wasn't sunset, but they were just walking down the street. And then he was like telling him, like, teach me like how to shoot or something like that. Remember? It was the dude that was the driver that owned the truck.
Yes, that's right.
That was just like tagging along with him and Vijay.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So he has a sidekick too. And then, so Dilly already has a sidekick. And then this, Napoleon can be Leo's sidekick.
Yeah.
And, so I don't know. It's just full of possibilities.
Yep.
I'm really excited. I love this movie. I love the Lokesh cinematic universe, and I can't wait till the next one comes out. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments. Did you enjoy this movie? Was this a thrilling ride for you? And how much would you rate it? And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you like this video and you want to see more videos like these, then be notified by also clicking that bell icon so you can get alerted whenever we drop new videos.
Yep.
And please, if you have the time, upvote this by hitting that like button.